video, I thought I would break down how much money I spend in a week as a 25-year-old engineer living in New York State. I've seen a bunch of YouTubers make similar videos and I personally enjoy watching them, but sometimes I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't make one because who's gonna be interested in knowing what I spend? But then I was like, at the same time, it might be helpful for someone who's probably thinking of coming to the US or potentially coming here to study, work, whatever. Just give you guys a rough idea and an estimate of what the expenditure here is like, and maybe it's useful and you'll have fun. So let's get started. Start off with the big expenses, which is gonna be stuff like rent, my car, how much does it cost to actually own it. Gets really ridiculously expensive, and to be honest, I'm just low-key afraid to watch the end of this video myself because I feel like it's gonna be like a huge number and I'm gonna be surprised at how much I'm actually spending. But first off is the rent, and of course I pay that monthly, which is about $1,500. For stuff like the rent, which is paid monthly, I'm gonna put the monthly rate as well as divide that by 4, so weekly price can be estimated from that, which comes to $375 a week. Now, the important thing to note here is that I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and ever since I graduated from school, I've been living by myself. So if you're a student who's planning to come here, your rent might be cheaper. 1, if you're living on campus. 2, if you want to share your apartment with others. So it's definitely not going to be as expensive as this. The next one on the list is something that gets overlooked way too frequently just because who cares about utilities, right? Or in most cases, this is something that's like included in the rent by your landlord or your apartment listing, but it's not for me. I pay about $100 in utilities. This includes water, electricity, gas, trash fee. Trash fee is basically the fee that you pay because you throw your trash in a dumpster and then there are people who come to take the dumpster, so I guess we're paying for that. I never really understood what trash fee is. I've just been paying this random amount. But anyway, it comes to $100 a month, which is roughly $25 a week. So that kind of covers my living situation at the moment. Now we are going to talk about the next most expensive thing on the list, which is owning a car. Essentially, the only expenses I have related to the car is fuel and insurance. Now, the big disclaimer, and this really hit me hard, was the insurance price for an international student was off the roof. Pro tip, if you're an international student who's coming here to study, even if you don't plan on getting a car immediately, just get your driver's license. If you have like time and age on your driver's license, even if you're not driving a car, when you eventually get a car, it's gonna be a lot cheaper for you to get insurance. I basically got my driver's license, bought my car, and within like 30 days of getting my license, had to get insurance, which meant that I am paying a $300 a month insurance, which is ridiculously high. After a couple of years of actually paying $300 a month, it's come down to $200 a month, which is really not helpful. And that's still $50 a week for just car insurance. Next up is the fuel cost. It doesn't really cost too much, I think. I live pretty close to work, so I would say, including all the travel that I do to like the Indian store in Syracuse, which is about like a 60-mile drive from my house, fuel costs me roughly $100 per month, just $25 a week. Not bad at all. The last expense for owning a car is just setting aside $1,000 per year. Now this can be for stuff like if your battery dies, you need to get your car serviced. I generally get it serviced 2 times a year and it costs me roughly $150 each time I bring it to the shop. And also when I bought my car, since I do live in upstate New York and it snows, yes, you'll see that very soon in the vlog as soon as it snows this year, but it's always good to have your tires changed. There are snow tires to make sure that your car works better in the snow. So I do have 2 sets of tires and I get them changed every season, and that again costs me $100 just to get them changed. So $1,000 roughly per year, which comes out to roughly $83 a month or $20 a week, is something that can just be as miscellaneous for car stuff. Do you see that? That's me. That's my channel in 720 and Ultra HD, and I can do all that because I have super fast internet. But I pay a huge price for internet as well as phone bills. I have like the best internet that's out there, so that I get unlimited speed, and like it's like 150 Mbps download, which is absolutely amazing. It lets me get these videos to you guys on time and like the best quality version of it. But it roughly costs me $65 a month for internet, and I pay about $40 a month for my phone bill. This includes the cellular as well as the internet on my phone. And that comes to about $26 per week. The next expense, and I guess you can say this is more or less a necessity because you know we have to eat. I mean, we could get away without eating, but I feel like maybe we should. But anyways, the next one on the list is grocery as well as food. I set aside $100 per week for grocery and or food. Now, it's very smart, and I really like the way I kind of like manage this. Some weeks are busier than others. Sometimes when I'm too busy editing or I have a lot of work in the office, I eat out. And that I know that week's gonna be busy, so I don't get a ton of groceries. That $100 a week is kind of divided. So I get less groceries so that I can just order takeout food and kind of suffice and juggle between both of them. If I'm gonna be cooking the entire week, then I don't have to eat outside and I can save there. But all in all, I think $100 a week is something that I spend on food on average. There's a big like misconception that eating healthy costs you more. It absolutely does not. I feel like if anything, eating healthy means you're cooking more at home. You have control over what you're eating. You have control over the ingredients that are being cooked, as well as you're consuming, how much you're consuming. So you can do portion control and you're not wasting as much food, and overall it just costs less, or more or less even the same as eating outside, which is something that I wanted to mention in this, since this is the 21-day series. Now, this series wouldn't have been possible if gyms didn't open, and they were shut for 6 entire months. But essentially, ever since they have opened, I pay a gym membership fee of $20 a month, and I have an annual one-time fee of $50, and that accounts to $6 a week. But I think that's totally worth it because in the long run, it's helping me stay fit and stay away from chronic long-term diseases. So no regrets there. And now for the fun stuff. I pay $16 a month for my Netflix subscription, $200 a year for the Adobe Premiere Pro package, and $15 for Epidemic Sounds per month so that you guys can get awesome transitions and music in the YouTube videos, which comes up to roughly $12 per week. So this is basically the bare minimum that I spend in a week if I don't go out anywhere, vacation, shopping, none of that counted. So I'd like to just add in another miscellaneous $100 a week that I typically spend in a week on other stuff that I just enjoy doing and find relaxing. So pretty much at this point, the number is looking pretty big on the screen for what I spend in a week. And then you guys go out of your way and tell me that my audio quality sucks and that I need to buy a drone. Come on, guys. But anyway, so I do want to point out here that the reason I am able to afford all of this is because I am a biomedical engineer working in New York. So that's my full-time job, and it pays really well, and I'm able to kind of live this sort of a lifestyle. I feel that I'm comfortable and I can literally do everything that I want. Which probably just includes eating takeout food and not having to think twice on whatever I want to eat, whether it's getting groceries and cooking myself or something from the outside. But this is how much I spend in a week. Of course, if you're a student, I would imagine that these costs can definitely be cut down. I did not spend this much when I was in school. I was obviously saving because I didn't have a job. But if you're someone who's coming here to work, this is a good amount of reference of how much your expenditure would be like. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little breakdown that I had for you in this series. And I know this was a little different video, but I thought it would be really fun to make. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button. Comment down below if you think that there's something that I missed, or if there's something that you guys spent that's different from my list. I mean, I know I have an audience from all over the world. What does your expenditure look like? Is mine like just too much? I don't know. Like, I just honestly don't know. Let me know in the comments below. But that's all for this video. I don't have a gym workout just because I didn't film one. I did go to the gym. I'm not gonna lie, I just didn't film one. It was, to be honest, it was lack of motivation, and I'm gonna talk about this in the next video. So stay tuned for that. And until then, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.